Dear Kitty. Oh, not you, little kitty. I'm reading a diary of a young girl named Anne Frank.
Frank?
Yes, a brave girl we all must know about. So let's zoom in. Anne Frank, in full Anneliese Marie Frank, was born on 12 June 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany, to Jewish parents. Her father, Otto Frank, was a businessman, while her mother, Edith, took care of Anne and her older sister, Margot. As time passed by, Anne grew into an outgoing and free-spirited girl with lots of friends and loved collecting photos and postcards of movie stars. Though everything was going well in her life, however, the same can't be said for Germany, as the Nazis, led by Hitler, came into power, and the Jewish no longer felt safe after that. This forced the Frank family to shift to Netherlands. But unfortunately, after a few years in 1941, the Nazis took over this place too. Anne was forced to transfer from a public school to a Jewish one. Over there, Anne was given a yellow badge, which was an identifying badge to mark Jews, as they weren't allowed to own businesses, have jobs, go to the movies, or even sit on the benches at the park. But this didn't stop the brave girl from dreaming, as she longed for becoming a writer someday. Seeing this, on her 13th birthday, her father gifted her a red and white plaid diary, which she called Kitty, named after her friend. Anne found a sense of hope while writing in her journal about her restricted life. But sadly, things turned worse, as 1 month later, due to increased pressure from the Nazis, the Frank family had to hide in a secret hideout next to her father's place of work in a small room behind a bookshelf. The situation out there was getting worse, as many Jewish were rounded up and taken to concentration camps by Hitler's forces. And inside the secret hideout, Franks had to be careful not to be caught by the Germans and covered all the windows with thick curtains. During the day, they had to be extra quiet. They whispered when they spoke and walked barefoot so that they couldn't be heard. At night, when the people working in the business below went home, they could relax a bit, but they still had to be cautious. And sadly, after hiding for nearly 2 years, on 4th August 1944, her fears turned real when Nazi troops stormed into Frank's hideout and sent them to concentration camps. Over there, after a few months, on a gloomy day in March 1945, both Anne and her sister passed away of the disease typhus, only a month before Allied soldiers arrived at the camp to save the survivors. The only family member to survive the camps was Anne's father, Otto Frank, who returned to Amsterdam and found Anne's diary. Then in 1947, he published the diary under the name The Secret Annex. Later, it was renamed Anne Frank. The Diary of a Young Girl became popular around the world. That serves as a reminder of an ordinary girl's extraordinary life during an awful time in human history. Trivia time! Did you know Anne's diary was published in over 65 different languages? Also, The Diary of a Young Girl has sold more than 30 million copies so far. Hope you learned something historical today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out.